And we are live. As always, welcome everybody to the BlockDesk News, crypto weekly news updates, where we bring you the best industry news from around the world, all about crypto, and of course, discuss some new tokens and discuss SuperDApp, who we are partnered with, and I've been the co-CEO for a while. And yeah, welcome everybody back to the channel while we wait for the live chat to build up. I'm going to give you a few minutes and discuss a little bit about Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is a subject that everybody really enjoys me discussing, especially the macro trends and the volatility and what's going on. A lot of people still base their trading patterns off Bitcoin, and unfortunately, it's the anchor to the whole industry at the moment. So let's discuss Bitcoin in the past 7 days. Over the past week, Bitcoin saw a really sharp move down, mainly caused by macro uncertainty and heavy leverage in the market. On December the 1st, 2025, Bitcoin dropped fast during Asia trading hours, causing more than $500 million in long liquidations, along with a wave of sell pressure across altcoins. So Bitcoin manipulation, as I keep on saying every single week to all of you, is still going on. And it's funny to see in the past, people made a lot of money in 2017, and they thought, they're the big boys now, they're the big players. But look at us now. BlackRock is in the picture, Vanguard is buying Bitcoin, and we have no clue where the market is going. They're literally sucking as much liquidity out as they can, and probably before the midterms, which are happening next year in the USA. But either way, people are getting drained for their money, especially when it comes to altcoins, a couple which we will mention today also. So the move came at the same time as weak global risk sentiment, liquidity tightening in December. And as I said, I have mentioned this a few times to all of you that there's going to be a real tightening in liquidity. And the reason is because it's December. People are selling basically their Bitcoin, and yeah, December is the time to do that. Let me just double check if everything is good when we're talking about live. Yeah, everything is up to date. So yeah, in December, people usually they start selling their crypto to spend on the holidays and to buy some gifts. So you're gonna see this tightening in liquidity. Why does this matter to all of you? Well, Bitcoin is set the tone for the entire market. Unfortunately, it's still setting the tone. It's not really allowing the altcoin market to start. So for every layer one, every infra project, every token, including any token that you've seen, it's affected by Bitcoin macro cycles at the moment. And that's like the moment it stops being affected by this, that is when we're going to see the alt season come. And it's looking like it's not going to happen this December. It's looking like it's coming next year in the midterms. And I've been saying this every single week, and that is what we're waiting for. So understanding this helps really shape the narrative for all of you in how you invest in tokens. Right now is a really good time to accumulate these altcoins. Like I said, a couple which we will mention today. But at the moment, the safest investment is Bitcoin, and even Ethereum is not looking like it is safe. But going into the altcoin side of the industry, really interesting. Link is so Grayscale invested and launches its first US spot Chainlink ETF. As many of you know, Chainlink is the Oracle provider for the blockchain industry. So this is a major milestone, and you can see this in the charts directly. You can see Chainlink pumped with this ETF launch. Chainlink is one of those services that everybody really needs to utilize. It provides a lot of valuable things for the industry. And one of those things is obviously random selection. And as many of you know, there's no such thing as random in the universe, scientifically speaking. But Chainlink provides these random data sets for projects which basically require that, like lottery projects and anything really, like passwords, etc. So Chainlink is a really big industry player. it's really been stable throughout the bear market and the bull market. And now with this ETF, as I've just shown you, you can clearly see people are starting to pick up on it. Its volume is rising to almost 1 million a day. Market cap, it's getting there. So definitely something to check out. What's up, General? I hope you're doing well. So on December the 2nd, 2025, Grayscale listed the link. It's GLNK ETF on NYSE Arkham, giving regulated market investors direct exposure to Chainlink. That's why you see it on the graph, the small little pump it had. And obviously, that's not a small pump for such a high market cap token. A leading Oracle infrastructure that powers DeFi, on-chain data feeds, cross-chain messages, and much more. As I mentioned, it powers a lot of things within the industry. So this ETF sort of underlines and gives you a reason to consider holding some Link now. It's one of the more safer cryptocurrencies to be holding. Market's reactions is as strong as I showed you. And why does this matter for you as an investor? As you aim to build, as people build new layer ones and layer two, especially layer two projects, which you're seeing over and over, and ZK projects as well. These projects, their infrastructures are going to require Chainlink, so it's really important. As as an Oracle provider, it's a really important part of the industry, and there's definitely a token that I am going to be buying myself personally. Unfortunately, the market cap is at 10 billion now, as you can see. So, how much more can it really rise? How much utility does Link have itself? So, the technology is used a lot, but the token itself is not. So it is more of a stock sort of, speculative token to invest in, but definitely much more safer than it was before. Moving on to World Liberty Finance, everybody's favorite token to really look out to. It is making moves, and as you know, the Trump family is looking to really make this into a... Hey, what's up, Tofun? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so the Trump family is looking to make the World Liberty Financial into a bank, basically into a crypto bank. They're really focusing on the crypto side, and this is definitely a project to look out for. I know it dumped really hard after launch. I know they took their profits, but they're still making the developments. So let me give you a quick update on this. So on December the 3rd, 2025, which was yesterday, WLF announced it will start offering real-world assets tokenization products in January 2026 using stablecoin USD1 as the funding collateral backbone. I believe USD1 is from is their own stablecoin. I think it's on XRP on the Ripple chain. I might be wrong. Do correct me if I am. So this move signals a push to merge traditional financial assets. Good, glad to hear that. Financial assets, real estate, commodities, etc., with blockchain-based digital tokens, a sector many expect to grow rapidly in 2026. So RWA, real-world assets, for those of you who don't understand it, is basically getting an asset like a car and tokenizing it. And this is what BlackRock is trying to do. What's up, Life of Plug? So BlackRock is trying to tokenize the stock market, and is trying to tokenize real world assets. So this RWA, which is real world asset tokenization, is a very good way to offload debts, and this is what the US government is looking to do, in my opinion, is to offload a lot of its debt in crypto by tokenizing the debt via USD1 token. So you're going to see a huge pump in crypto next year, massive pump, and then you're going to see the biggest dump, and hopefully, well, no, hopefully, why did I say that? And you're most likely going to see a lot of the debt erased in the US via crypto and just stuck in the crypto world, and them going back to normal financial services. Obviously, this is a big speculation, but it's definitely a possibility, and I think I showed a couple of videos before the proof to that. Now, moving on from the RWA sector, we're going to talk a little bit about Hong Kong. The stablecoin stock slumped after PBOC, virus cryptocurrency crackdown. So really big regulations are coming, and this is why, for those of you, it was everywhere in the news recently. People are saying, why is the crypto market dropping? There's no reason. This is why. This is what happened in the past week. This is why you saw a massive dump. So on December the 1st, 2025, PBOC issued a warning over stablecoins. And as I said, just connect the dots now. USD1, America, China, America's debt, this is all connecting. So they're issuing a big stablecoin risk, a lack of KYC, AML, anonymity, triggering sharp decline in Hong Kong listed stocks linked to crypto and stablecoins. So the market obviously took a massive dump. The more shows Beijing is reasserting regulatory control over crypto and stable coins. I'm reading this more from the article in regards to their regulation on crypto. I'm going to say it's their regulation on stable coins, especially USD1, which is where the US debt is looking to go. So what does this mean for all of you? This means that basically there's going to be more regulations, and potentially there's going to be more of them coming in the next weeks. So tough regulation, an environment with tough regulations in the Asian markets should factor into long-term strategy. So especially if you plan to be investing into the long term instead of the short term, this is something to be considered for you. So moving on to the market, so the whole crypto market wide sentiment. I just want to discuss the market as a whole, and we're going to go into a couple altcoins which I've been looking at myself, which I really want you to have a look at. Obviously, this is not sponsored. I haven't spoken to these personally. I'm just, as I've been promising, I'm providing a couple tokens for all of you to potentially consider investing in. So on December the 1st to the 2nd, the crypto market fell really sharply. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP dropped 5 to 7%. Hey, what's up, Jamal? Hope you're doing well. So at the moment, what we're seeing is a weak risk appetite, large liquidations. We're seeing fading altcoin season expectations, and this is something a lot of people are saying. Altcoin season is not coming. We're going to see the bear market come in, and historically speaking, in January, the bear market should start. And this is the bear market, historically speaking. Every 4 years after the halving, this is the time. I strongly disagree. I think the midterms in America, which is next year, I think they're going to bring a big boost to the market. There's a lot happening in regards to income tax in America. There's going to be the paycheck that Trump is giving out. And last time that happened, the crypto market really doubled. So you should be seeing this next year. So even though the infrastructure for tokens like Link is seeing institutional investments, overall, the market sentiment remains bearish. And this is, I guess, everyone would say the ideal time to invest. And my personal opinion, I think so. And even though we might see some more downside during December, and I've been saying this since November, in January, we might see fireworks. And if we don't, then the bear market starts. But potentially, we might see them. Yo, what's up, Jakub? Hope you're doing well. So that's the general update from the market itself. That's the main news. I hope that explains why Bitcoin dumped. Very interesting about Chainlink, and of course just Bitcoin news and updates. Now let's move on. Before we discuss SuperDApp, I know there's a couple of people who want to update in regards to the giveaway that we did a couple weeks ago. It hasn't been sent yet, and I will explain why when we talk about SuperDApp. But here's a couple tokens I wanted to share with you. The first token is called Quantum Core. Once again, this is not financial advice, of course, and this is not sponsored content. I have not spoken to these projects at all. I've personally invested in these projects. So Quantum Core is a very interesting project for the big reason, and that is because quantum computers, and Vitalik Buterin, who's the founder of Ethereum, came out and said specifically in by 2030 there's a big potential risk to Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies who are not quantum secure. So he's looking to move Ethereum into a quantum secure chain. Like he's looking to quantum secure the chain. So in realistically, what people are going to start looking at is quantum tokens and quantum cryptocurrencies. Now, this is obviously a token on Solana, so it's not going to be safe from quantum computers, but they are looking at developing a quantum safe chain, and they're looking at creating basically, the chain that's going to be safe from quantum computers. So this is definitely a token to look out for. The market cap is medium, so it's at 5 million at the moment. It's been pretty stable. I've held it for a couple of weeks, and it's definitely one to keep an eye out for at the moment. And with its stability, as you can see in the past 24 hours, let's give it 7 days. As you can see, pretty stable. 1 month stable, 3 months stable, right? So definitely going to be a lot of marketing that will go into it. Trading volumes looking good. It looks like the team is not dumping. There's quite a lot of liquidity in it. Definitely a token to look out for in the next month, I would say. Now, moving on to all of you degens who really want to take big risks. This is a very interesting token to look at. As you can see, it had a really good pump. This is a completely degen play. It's called BUT token. I'm going to share it with all of you. So this is the BUT token link. And then I'm going to share with you the quantum core link as well. So all of you can check it out. Obviously not financial advice, but 2 tokens to really look out for. The agenda on Bitcoin is very solid. It seems like the team has actually taken out profits already, and there is the liquidity. Yes, the liquidity has stayed in, and it's looking like a really good entry at the moment. I personally bought a few $100s into this, and the people who are promoting it have taken tokens into the 20 million market cap, and at the moment it's only at 288. So potential is right there and definitely worth having a look at. So I hope those 2 tokens will make you some profits. Obviously nothing is guaranteed, but something to have to check out basically. Moving on to SuperDApp. We have some updates, and I'm going to give you the updates from the development team first, which I think are important. So we fixed an issue where the user couldn't see supergroups he was part of. So that's important. I think a couple users did express those issues. Fix an issue where user couldn't send messages with preview from URLs. So the URLs are important, as you can see. Now you can see the previews on our official super. People are joining every day. I'm really happy to see that, and even investing into the super groups. Fix the bug where AI agent messages were not showing on the private tab on the chat, which is a really big issue. Obviously, AI agents are the biggest part of what we do. So that's been fixed, and hopefully nobody's having that issue. We fixed a bug where the rank tab was empty in a few super groups. So yes, the ranking system has had an issue, and I think a couple of you have expressed that issue. So no worries, that has been fixed, and hopefully everybody is seeing that. Fixed an issue where there was you seeing a server error message constantly on the app. So there was some error messages that people were seeing, I guess. This is directly from the developers, so I don't know. I didn't have any, but that has been fixed. So any error messages that you might have had have been fixed. So now we're working on a patch which fixes a new feature for the super groups where users will be able to mention other users in the chat using usernames. So mentioning other users is obviously very important, and I think that addition is going to be great because at the moment, that whole sense of connecting with each other is missing. And I think, allowing people to mention each other within these super groups is going to be that next step forward. So that's going to be added soon. But the main development that we have been focusing on as of recent is the super bridge. So as we discussed last week, we're going to be looking to move super token onto Base, onto Binance, and onto other chains. So our main priority is this. And we found ways to add liquidity so the token will be more liquid. And that is currently in development. And of course, in the coming weeks and next year, there's going to be full updates on that bridge. So all of you can actually start trading in a more decentralized way. Yes, I agree that is long awaited. So you can start trading in a decentralized way without MEXC, and you can have liquidity on the actual chain. So whoever wants to buy big amounts or sell big amounts, you'll be able to. And that is our goal. And that is what we are focusing on. So rest assured. Regarding the giveaway that we did with Plushie, apologies it's taking so long for anyone who is waiting. I am waiting for a multi-signature confirmation. So there's a lot of people within our organization that need to confirm this, which is around 5 people. And some of them have been busy and on sick leave. So I'm just waiting for the tokens to be sent. So everybody who has sent me their wallet, I think I've got every winner has already messaged me directly. I will send you those tokens. So don't worry, we have not forgotten. Your prizes will be given away to you. And I'm looking to create some more prizes in the future as well. So, yes, welcome all new members. Anyone who can't type in the chat, obviously subscribe. That's the best way to start chatting. But if you are unable to ask any questions now and you're watching this video after we record it, leave a comment down below and we'll answer straight away or in the next live BlockDesk News Weekly update. But for this week, that is it. I hope I've given you good information. I've given you a couple of tokens. I've given you updates for SuperDApp. I've given you updates on Chainlink, on Grayscale, on Bitcoin. So hopefully everybody's enjoyed this week's SuperDApp updates, BlockDesk News updates. And as always, I'm sending love from BlockDesk News, from SuperDApp, and everybody from our team. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 1 p.m. UTC as always. That's it for today. All the best. Bye-bye.